Hello and welcome back if you are a returning teacher. If this is your first time, my name is Judith Brusson and I teach ESOL at the Howard School. I am also the content demonstration teacher for ESOL secondary grades, and I want to just welcome you to the videos. So today's video is just a little bit different. It is actually a lesson that I am teaching. So if you want, you can go ahead and trim this beginning section out and then the end section also, and just upload the video for your students to learn about character traits. It's a lesson that I prepared for my own students, and I really hope that it is useful to you and your classroom. Again, I just want to also ask you as a favor to join the channel, and if you think that these lessons or this video specifically is useful to you and your classroom, to click like and also leave me any comments, any suggestions, or any ideas for future videos. Again, thank you, and that's it. Let's go ahead and begin. Hello, class. Today, to begin our lesson, we are going to start with this activity, guessing the feelings. So, what I want you to do is, every time that the small clip comes to an end, stop the video, see if you can guess the feeling, and then continue watching on to the next feeling. Okay? So, let's go ahead and do it. So how is she feeling? How is she feeling now? Now look at the clues. Remember to stop the video. Yeah, she's feeling sad. Look at her eyes. How is she feeling now? How is she feeling? Stop the video. Yeah, angry. So how is she feeling now? How is she feeling? Stop the video. Yep, she is pretty disgusted. Okay, one more. And how is she feeling now? That's right. Pretty scared, wasn't she? Okay, well, today we are going to be talking and learning and reviewing character traits. And our clear learning target is I can analyze how a character's traits influence that character's action. Okay, so let us continue or begin. Our essential questions for today is or are, what is a character trait and how are internal and external traits different? So character traits are words that describe a character or characters in any kind of work. This work can be books, TV programs, movies, and even, yes, your video games. It tells us the personality of character or characters involved in that sort of work. Character traits can be internal or external. Internal character traits refer to what happens inside the character. For example, feelings, such as being happy, being sad, being angry. So let's go ahead and look at this. Can you guess the trait? Well, if you said that he is angry, you're totally correct. Let's look at the next one. How about this one? Yep, lonely. She is lonely. How about this one? Yeah, she is very proud. And he is tired. What about this little guy over here? Yep, you got it. He is extremely excited. These things happen inside the character. Internal character traits also refer to the character's personality, such as kindness or being kind, being mean or rude, being polite. So look at this fellow over here. Yep, argumentative. And we already said that he was an angry dude, right? Well, maybe he's really impatient and that's why he gets really angry. And we can say that she's a little bit rude. How about this guy over here? We said that he was tired, right? But maybe he's just a little bit lazy, right? And what about this fellow? Well, he can be extremely optimistic. Yes, he can be really optimistic. So all of these things, they happened inside our characters. And we can guess by looking at their actions or reading the words in the, whatever we're doing, either reading the words in the book, the words, or watching the movie and see what they say. Now, external character traits are things that we see, okay? Like the color of the hair, or the size of the ears, or whether he has short or long hair, or whether this person has a small or big nose. So things that we actually see, right? So those are the external character traits. Things that we can actually see with our own eyes. Next, we are going to look at how character traits influence the character actions. And something that we just need to remember that the way a character acts is the way that we are going to describe them. So a person that does not want to work, that is dragging their feet, that is falling asleep all the time, that person we can probably describe as a lazy person, right? Somebody that is really active and doing what they're supposed to do and is always ready. So that person maybe we will describe as energetic. Now remember, these are internal traits. We cannot see it or see these traits, but we can actually see the action. And that is the way that we can actually analyze our characters. We are going to go ahead and practice together. We're going to begin with a very simple activity. First, as I said, we're going to do it together. So I borrowed this activity from education.com. I actually have a membership with them, so it's okay for me to borrow it. So let's go ahead and use the word bank to describe our two characters. So let's look at the character on the left, and let's look at the words that we have on our word bank. So we're going to do a few of them together, and then I want you to pause the video and try to finish it. Okay? So first, looking at all of those words, I will say that my friend that is following or chasing a butterfly is active, right? He is moving. I'll probably say that he's also a little bit adventurous, because I'm sure that he's outside because that's where butterflies are, correct? And I will say that he is a cheerful fellow because look at his face. So I use his body language to describe my character. Now let's look at the fellow on the right. And I can see his face, and I can see the tear and the shape of his mouth. And I'm going to say that he's a little bit depressed. Wouldn't you agree with me? What else can I say about him? Yeah, he is gloomy. I can also say that he is a little bit sad, right? Okay, so now I just want you to pause the video and see if you can sort out the other words that describe the characters. Excellent. I am sure you did a wonderful job with this one. Now, let's try something a little more difficult or challenging, not difficult. And this one, you can actually do it with your friend. Okay, so in this one, you're going to read each sentence. You're going to identify your character, and then you're going to use the word bank to match the character traits with your character, okay? So we're going to do number one together. Marcia has a tons of ideas and energy for this project, and she shows up early. So I'm going to look at all of my words and, she might be creative, but I'm not sure. Assertive, loving, optimistic. She might be a little positive, but maybe not that one. And wise, stable, zealous, spiritual. So first I'm going to identify my character, and my character is Marcia. That's right. Then I'm going to say that Marcia is probably a zealous person because she has a lot of ideas and she has a lot of energy and she is ready to work. So, yep, I'm sticking with it and I'm going to say G is the final answer. Now, I just want you to take your time with your friend and do the other 7 sentences. Beautiful. So now we're going to read a fable, one of my most favorite ones. And after that, we are going to first identify our characters, and then we're going to give them some character traits. And we're going to do external character traits and internal character traits. So let's look at our fable. So I am going to read it the first time, then I want you to take your time, pause the video, and read it on your own, okay? So let's listen. An ox came down to a reedy pool to drink. As he splashed heavily into the water, he crushed a young frog into the mud. The old frog soon missed the little one and asked his brothers and sisters what had become of him. "A great big monster," said one of them, "stepped on little brother with one of his huge feet." "Big, was he?" said the old frog, puffing herself up. "Was he as big as this?" "Oh, much bigger," they cried. The frog puffed up still more. "He could not have been bigger than this," she said, but the little frogs all declared that the monster was much, much bigger, and the old frog kept puffing herself out more and more until all at once she burst. So remember, pause the video and take your time reading this fable. So let's go ahead and work on this together. Then your job is to find the character traits for the other character that I'm not going to mention, or other characters, okay? So first, who are the characters in this story? Yes, you're right. We have the old frog, the young frogs, and the ox. Now, how can we describe the ox? So external is that he was big. Yes, good job. How about internal? Well, he was careless. Remember, the little frog said that he came in splashing and trudging and not being careful, right? So we can say that internally he was careless. So how about the old frog? How can we describe it externally? Well, it's just, yep, it's right there. She was old, right? Maybe bigger than the other ones too? Yes, definitely. Now, how about internally? What can I say about the old frog? If you said pretentious, I totally agree with you. Yes, that is exactly what I think about the old frog. So, now this is what I want you to do. I want you to go back and read the fable, The Frogs and the Ox, one more time, okay? And then I want you to find a character trait for the young frogs. I want you to find one character trait that is external and one character trait that is internal. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that on our notebooks, okay? And with this, friends, we have reached the end of our lesson for today. So here is your exit ticket. I want you to, on your notebook, to write down things you should look for in the text when you are trying to find the character traits of your favorite character in your favorite book. Okay, thank you, and I hope that this was useful to you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.